As a child, we all long for a hero. As a society as a whole, we search for that leader that can be our hero. But as we mature and as we grow, it dawned on us that the hero is inside every one of us. And in the world's social media, we all start at zero. And slowly we search deep within ourselves to find who we are. And we have that moment of truth where we embrace that the hero that we've been searching for. As a child, we all long for a hero. As a society as a whole, we search for that leader that can be our hero. But as we mature and as we grow, it dawned on us that the hero is inside every one of us. And in the world's social media, we all start at zero. And slowly we search deep within ourselves to find who we are. And we have that moment of truth where we embrace that the hero that we've been searching for has been there all along. It is living deep inside of every one of us. And we start embracing that journey and we become that hero that we search for.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Zero to Hero. It looks like we've got some technical difficulties going on here with my camera, so give me 2 seconds to sort that out. We'll be right back with you. All right, and we're back. So welcome to episode 116 of Zero to Hero, presented by J29 Creative Group. Got another awesome guest coming at you guys today. Her name is AnnMarie Wills. She is the co-founder and CEO of Leverage Lab. So let's go ahead and bring her in. AnnMarie, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for sticking with me through the typical technical snafu that we deal with during live productions here. So before we really get into the show, tell us what Leverage Lab is. What do you guys do there? What do you have coming up?
Yeah, so we are an organization that is helping companies tap into their customer and first-party data to generate more profit and just really transform their businesses. So a lot of companies are really challenged with the idea that their customer data just lives in so many different technology platforms in so many different places within their organization. They just really struggle to understand their customers at a deep level and really give them personalized experiences as they interact with them. So we're helping to solve that through technology, through our strategy, our methodologies, and we're loving it. So what we've got coming up is we're building new partnerships with companies in Europe that will help expand our geographic range and impact more companies, help more companies across the pond.
Absolutely, I love it. And the great thing about data, obviously, is you can collect that from anywhere, right? But knowing how to use it and really make it work for you is where somewhere like Leverage Lab really comes in. You know, as a marketing
Yeah.
company, we definitely understand that we can create the most beautiful creative in the world, right? We can create these awesome commercials, great social, whatever it is. But if it's not getting in front of the right people, what's the point? Right? My 6-year-old daughter is not going to buy from 90% of my clients, so directing anything towards her is not going to be beneficial, right? Where maybe somebody like you, it would be. So that's definitely huge. So I don't want to get into too much of your methodology, but you know, kind of tell us a little bit about how that works. How are you really understanding buyer journeys through the data, right, through that raw data, and turning that into this is where we need to be?
Yeah, for sure. So we really start by building a firm foundation around the data infrastructure itself. I read a stat the other day that said, enterprise companies that are really focused on marketing themselves can have up to 100 different marketing technologies that they're using, landing page solutions, CRM solutions, they have websites, they have event ticketing platforms. There's just a huge variety of different technologies out there that people are using to market themselves. And what that creates is a lot of little silos of data that could, when we bring it together, we start to see a really rich profile about our customers. And that's where we get to play with things like generative AI and other artificial intelligence solutions to get more insight about how people are actually behaving. Because once you know these things, then you can start to really think about the customer journey in a really structured and well-defined way. Every customer journey has certain points where people are sort of delivering more value to you as an organization. Like an e-commerce customer journey, going from somebody who's just becoming aware of the brand to making that first purchase to engaging around a second purchase to purchasing again to laddering up to loyalty. These are all defined by data, and the insights that we can have about what people are interested in, how they like to engage, what channels they prefer, that all lives in our customer data. So what we're really about is just trying to align everything that we know to the appropriate stage of that customer journey so that we can leverage it and create a more personalized experience. And the reason is it's not just because people want it, because all the stats say they do want a personalized experience, but the other reason is because it works. It just all of your outcomes perform so much better.
Yeah, absolutely. I think kind of piggybacking onto what you said there. I think it makes it feel where it's not really, they're not being marketed to you, right? When you've got that insight, right, and you're doing it in a way where it's not invasive, right? You're just showing up at the right times with the right message, right? It's being sold without feeling like you're being sold to, right? Which I think is the best marketing that there is, right? You've got a problem. We see that, right? Let me go ahead and put this in front of you so you can see that there are solutions out there. So I love
Yeah,
that. That's absolutely
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah, AnnMarie, let's get into the meat of it here. I'm going to ask you to put Leverage Lab aside. I know that's
Okay.
been your your pride and joy here for a long time, right? But outside of Leverage Lab, outside of your career, in a couple sentences, tell us, who is AnnMarie Wills?
Yeah, so I am gosh, it's a little harder than it seems. I've had such a dedication to my family and to building a business that I can share with my team. It really is such a, like important part of who I am, but I'm also, I think, a good friend. I just had my 10th anniversary with my husband, and so I'd
Congratulations.
like to think I'm a good partner, at least 10 years worth. I could make that work. But I love my city too. I love Kansas City. I love to be involved in different things. I don't contribute as much time as I would love to, but it's something that's definitely top of mind for me to change. But yeah, I love the idea of being more involved in sort of the entrepreneurial sort of underpinning of Kansas City. It's such an amazing opportunity that we have here, such an investment and such a support infrastructure for young entrepreneurs. I really feel passionate about, kids today can sign on the dotted line and take on hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt without without very much structure or guidance around that. But can they get a business loan if they have a fantastic idea? No way. So that's something I'd love to work on and change in the future. So I really believe in, entrepreneurism. I really believe in the youth of today. I think they're really amazing. I have three wonderful kids in that category. So yeah, that's a little bit about me, I guess.
I love it. I love it. And I know there's a lot of organizations that are friends of the show here as well that do a lot within that entrepreneurial journey. So if there's anybody out there that's looking for a business mentor, maybe talk to
I'm
AnnMarie
up
there
for
for
it.
sure. I love it. I love it. Now, obviously, AnnMarie, when you started Leverage Lab, we had to start social media. That's just kind of part of how the world works now. We started with 0 likes, 0 followers, 0 posts, 0 engagement, right?
Mm.
So talk to us a little bit about, going from starting those pages to how you've leveraged it and where you guys are at now.
Yeah, I think we're still on a journey. I think that I always had it in my head that, your social media should be less about promotion and more about delivering value to people. And obviously, through the lens that we have around personalization, I think we've really tried to lean into how can we deliver, messaging or content of value to the people that we serve. And I, in full disclosures, like super up and down with it over the years. Leverage Lab we've had for 7 years, and I think we've got moments in time where we were doing really well and like really focused on delivering quality content. And then we've had moments where it's been, a less of a focus. But of late, we've really tried to lean into, we serve a lot of different industries, but one of the biggest industries we serve is the media space, the business to business media specifically, but also B2C media. So we've really tried to, create a regular monthly cadence of webinar content that we promote in our social channels, and we try to extract some of the pithy and really wonderful highlights out of that content to really share with our social media audience. And I have to say that I think that's been the most meaningful sort of way that we've grown our audience, and we've gotten so much wonderful response from it as well. People have been like, oh, I saw your post, that was amazing, and I here's what I think. And just an anecdotal conversation, but also, just the engagement that we get has been really validating. So I'm really excited about that pathway for us, and continuing it. And then, yeah, just seeing what's next in terms of sharing quality, engaging content with our folks, our peeps.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. No, I think that's really kind of where you have to be right now, right? I mean, it's almost giving away a little bit of that free advice, right? A little bit of education, but it still has to be entertaining as well, which is, people jump on there because they want to be entertained. So if you can entertain while we're giving away a little bit, absolutely nailing it. I think you guys do a good job. Now,
Thanks.
AnnMarie, everybody has a defining moment. Every superhero has that defining moment, right? What do you think yours is when it comes to not only your career, but your life as well?
Oh gosh. So the career one is very easy. I spent the balance of my career in corporate environments, and senior leadership roles. And there was a moment where I just had this, if not now, then when kind of realization that what I really wanted to do, where I really wanted to put my energy was to help the larger industry as opposed to one single company. And it was kind of a dramatic moment. It was like, myself and my co-founding partner who worked together, we left the company we were at together on the same day. And,
Oh man.
it was pretty, pretty dramatic. But although I was curled up on my hotel bed the night before in the fetal position, just wondering, is this the right thing to do? I don't know. But it really was. And what we've been able to build since then has, just been incredibly validating. We've really helped a lot of our customers and clients truly, transform their businesses, see their ways into new revenue, new opportunities, new products, new customers. So, yeah, the career part is really easy. But I think also on a personal level, it was a big moment as well because I was 50 years old doing that. And, not to define, everybody shouldn't be defined by their generation, but Gen X, coming from a Gen X background where it's like, tuck your chin down and just do the work. And, it was really invigorating, and it made me, trust myself more and believe that, it doesn't matter what age you are when you start a company like this, or a technology company for that matter. Like, you can do it. And I had so much support along the way. It was a personally defining moment too.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's beautiful. Yeah, and one thing Gary Vee always talks about is it's never too late, right, for anything, and I love that. It sounds like you guys actually have some very similar qualities in the fact that he views his ownership of company as being employed by his employees, right? I mean, he's really going to work, and you mentioned that earlier in the show. of building something for his employees as well and working for them. So absolutely beautiful. I love it. Now, AnnMarie, all heroes have attributes, right? As well as villains, right? What do you think are the attributes that really define more of what that hero side is versus the villain?
Oh gosh. Well, if you look at your traditional villain, I would say they seem rather inflexible, a bit narcissistic, a little tunnel visioned, which I guess, most villains have gotten there, from some sort of trauma. So I think the opposite of that is really what, creates a hero, someone who, appreciates and cultivates, a strong ecosystem around them, appreciates people's opinions and their thoughts, sees the bigger picture, willing to sacrifice on a certain level for the greater good, and you know uh, accepting of accepting of the people around them and the contributions that they can make. I guess that's how I would characterize it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Carrying, I think the empathy really is. You kind of alluded to that, right? It really kind of shines through, right, with that hero side. I absolutely love it. Now, this is the one that kind of tricks a lot of our guests up here. I'm going to ask you to toot your own horn just a bit. If you had to compare yourself to any superhero that is out there, who would that be? And tell us a couple reasons why.
I'm gonna go Disney superhero.
Love it.
I'm gonna
I
go.
love it.
I'm gonna go Elastigirl. And
Yeah.
when I think about those incredible movies, which those are fantastic movies,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
character, what I see is someone who's, for the greater good, thinking about the family, thinking about the planet, obviously supporting the people around her, creating great opportunities for everyone around her, but also having that flexibility to, pivot when you got to pivot, zig when you need to zag or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's where I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I know. I love it. Usually it's a Marvel or a DC. I love getting into the Disney realm there a little bit. That's that's fantastic. Yeah, and the flexibility, right? I mean, she can do anything.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
she's more powerful than Mr. Incredible, if you ask me. But yeah, it's neither here nor there.
I think so.
And just as strong too, if you think about it. But
And
no, that
the suit, and the
uh,
and the mask. Yeah, like,
it's
amazing.
fantastic, and she's doing everything at home. The second one, I love the second one where they put him and he's like pulling his hair out, right? Because she's the one that's out there doing everything. He's like, I can't
Yeah,
do it. Let me back out with the villains. It's so funny.
100%.
AnnMarie, you have been awesome. Thank you for coming on the show. How can people get a hold of you? How can they follow what Leverage Lab is doing? How can they get in contact with you?
Yeah, for sure. So we are here in Kansas City, but we serve our customers are all over the planet, really. But we're at www.leveragelab.com, and we have a small building in Midtown Kansas City, between Troost and I guess Gillum on 31st Street. So we got a little location, a little headquarters location as well. But definitely reach out on the website. We've got ways to contact us there. If you're thinking that your customer data has value and you want to get more out of it, that we're your people.
I love it. I love it. You can also find them on Facebook if you're on social
Yeah,
media or LinkedIn. And then you can always connect with AnnMarie directly through LinkedIn there
definitely.
as well. AnnMarie, thank you again for coming on the show. You've been absolutely wonderful.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye.
Hey, are we still live? Hey guys, we're still live. Hey guys, this is Kevin Kwok, founder of J29 Creative Group. So who are we? We're a marketing agency here in Kansas City. We're all about a holistic approach to marketing that builds your brand and nurtures online community. But to be honest with you, you guys don't care.